everyone. This is Mark Blanton from the Real South Africa. You probably know us. You can see the back of Latasha's head. Her name is Latasha Blanton. And we have a visitor in our home as well. And welcome to our home. This is Tumi Buys.
Bays, you got it right.
Tumi Buys. She's one of our South African friends. She's been friends with us for an extended period of time. We met her in the fashion industry, and you know what? It's probably best that she tells you a little bit about herself versus me trying to remember everything I know about her.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Well, as I said, my name is Tumi Buys, and I'm from Pretoria. I was born and raised in Johannesburg, but currently based in Pretoria. And I'm a fashion promoter and a stylist and a fashion buyer. So all fashion.
But you've done some other stuff too.
I do. I've worked as a business news anchor for our largest broadcaster, which is the SABC. I've had a business talk show on radio a couple of years ago, 5 years ago. So yeah, I've got some experience in broadcasting as well as finance, and now I'm in fashion and I'm loving it.
Okay, well, I want to talk about the fashion piece first, and then we'll talk about the other things that we talked about off camera. So I know you said that you're promoting fashion.
Yeah.
Promote the fashion.
Okay, I get so excited just talking about
it.
So what I do now is I promote South African fashion designers abroad, mainly in Europe, and I am dying to start promoting in America as well. So we have a lot of fashion designers in South Africa that are so amazing, and such as Laduma Maxhosa. He does Xhosa beading. So Xhosa is a tribe where Nelson Mandela comes from.
Yes.
He was Xhosa, and Laduma he's born and bred in Madiba's tribe.
Wow.
So he takes that beading and he turns it into wool. So he takes all the designs from the beading, the Xhosa beading, and it's designed on wool. He uses very, very light wool, so you get stuff for winter as well as summer, and it's just started doing runs now. I don't know if you guys have IKEA.
We do have IKEA.
Yeah, so let's just connect a deal with IKEA.
Swedish.
So it's the Swedish, yeah. So you can get rugs by him, as well as pillows and cushions available now at IKEA. So that's the kind of stuff that we do. We try and get designers out there. I think that African fashion, for me, I think it's the next biggest thing. I mean, you look at African prints now, you see them in the runway in Paris, in Italy. I think after the world has seen so many things except for what Africa has to offer. And I really believe that this is now our time. You know, we have a lot of beautiful cultures, such beautiful colors. We live in a beautiful country, and we have so many beautiful stories to tell. And I think that fashion is the next biggest thing to tell about who we are and how we live and what we wear. And I'm just so excited to share that with the world. And that's what I do. I love it.
Okay. I can tell you what, she's an entrepreneur as well. She didn't mention that part, but that's how I met her, being an entrepreneur. I'm an entrepreneur, Tasha's an entrepreneur, so that's kind of how we all met. So we still have some of the same struggles and the same stories and whatnot. Now, this was something that you was trying to push, I believe, right? This, bringing getting people to recognize the South African fashion industry. It's something personal.
Yeah.
It's personal.
Very much so. I mean, as a buyer, I work with one of the biggest soapies in the country. It's actually it is the biggest soapies. It has a leadership of about 7 years.
Soapies is soap opera.
So
like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a little different, but we can get it.
So I travel abroad a lot, and I used to get buyers wanting to introduce me to new fashion designers abroad. And something just didn't sound right. You know, but here I am, and I've been introduced to fashion designers, and here are these people wanting to push their designers for me to take back home. While we have amazing designers back home that actually need to be put out there, why am I not doing it? You know, why am I taking what we have and not promoting it? Am I saying right?
Yeah.
Why am I promoting what other people, like, they don't need me to do that for them. You know, I need to get our designers out. So that's when the penny dropped. I'm like, something doesn't sound right here.
Yeah.
We have a story to tell. We have beautiful things to show off. We have a culture, we have people, we have designers, We have art that the world needs to know about.
And the art piece is coming. Trust me, it's coming. We're going to bring that to you as well. But yeah, like I said, do you have any questions, Tasha?
No. I just like her passion for what she's doing. It matters to me that she wants to get South African designers out to the world, because if you see the fashion here, you'll understand exactly why it needs to be done. There's no question that she's doing the right thing.
Thank you. I'm very passionate about it.
Like I said, since when I first met you, that was your thing, and here we are, X amount of years later, and you're pushing, moving forward. I think you said you were going to be overseas for a little while.
Yes.
Make a little fashion thing, hopefully promoting. I think you said you're promoting South African fashion there. Hopefully it takes off. I'm sure it will. I think
it has to.
You're motivated.
Well, what else is there? So like I said, we're hopefully looking at doing a pop-up store for about 7 days in Chicago and in Shanghai. The first one will be in Germany, in Berlin. And I cannot wait for us to go to the US as well. And I'm hoping that people will love what we bring in so much that they want to actually visit South Africa.
That visit to South Africa piece, it keeps coming up. No, I'm just playing. But no, so why do you think people should come to your country, not my country, your country?
It's your country now.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, you live here.
It's okay. So, no, honestly, why do you think people should come to South Africa, especially African Americans that are currently in the U.S.? A lot of them, and I'll be honest with you, a lot of them are thinking about coming. They want to come. We get a lot of information. A lot of information saying that they want to come, but they got that one little thing that's holding them back, or they're like, oh, it's on my bucket list, it's not a priority. So why do you think, Tumi, that people should be making their way here?
I will tell you something that I mentioned to my friends a couple of months ago. We have Jewish friends and a few Indian friends, and you notice how the Jews go to Israel once a year, however many times they go. I've got a lot of Greek friends. They visit Greece in the summer. It's a thing, like the Greek go. Muslims, Indians, they love to go to India or Muslim countries at least once a year. Where do African Americans go?
I don't know, ask them.
Where do they go?
Ask them, where do they go?
This is where they belong. This is a place where if you are African, doesn't matter where you come from, you need to come to at least once in your life, if not to live here.
Okay.
This is where I feel as Black people, African people, you need to come, and it's almost like for me, a place where you get to know where you come from and your purpose. You're rejuvenated, it is who you are. Like I've said before, nobody's lost here. We all know who we are, where you may be African Americans, but you are African, This is home.
Yeah.
You're not European.
No.
This is home. Where else to go to? You can't go to Greece on like an annual whatever. You come here. And personally your experiences by being here, what you have gotten out of being here. It's not something that I'm giving you or telling you or teaching you. You can tell me what this country has done for you.
Correct.
And I don't understand why African Americans don't come here. Because I can't sell it to you. You have to come and experience it. Yeah.
And that's something that, when we're talking to people on the phone, or we're going back and forth on Messenger, and they're asking questions about South Africa, and they want me to put it in a nutshell so they can understand it. And all I can say is, all you can really do is just get here.
Yeah.
Because then you're going to meet people like this. You're going to meet tons of great South Africans that are willing to help you, willing to do things to make your life a little bit better, and to get you to understand, why are you here? You will definitely, I think we talked about Ubuntu earlier. I mean, we understand it because we're actually here in the country and on the continent. but it's something that's very foreign to our people at home.
Mm-hmm.
So, in your best language, tell us about Ubuntu.
Yeah. Ubuntu is easily translated as you are human because I am. You know, I see you and you see me.
Mm-hmm.
Without you, I cannot be, you know?
Mm-hmm.
One of the things that really irks me is why there's poverty in Africa. Because we are not poor people. You know, it was brought into this continent. We are not sickly people. That is why, you know this, Black people are very strong physically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Our bodies take so much more than... Let's leave it at that.
Yeah.
So it will take something, I believe, that's scientifically modified to bring us down.
Mm-hmm.
Because nature knows us and
Yeah.
we know nature.
True.
In our culture and heritage, we look after nature, nature looks after us.
Mm-hmm.
That is why I don't understand why this is poverty. If you look at things like global warming, it's not our fault.
Mm-hmm.
We have respect for the land, it gives us food.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we are suffering because of things that other people did, not us, because we value what the earth gives to us, in as much as you being here does for my life. That is why in our culture, nobody dies of hunger.
Mm-hmm.
You will not want, if I have, be it in, and I'm not being poetic, be it in business, be it in everyday life.
Yeah.
If you need your child to be picked up from school, you can call me.
Mm-hmm.
If you need, you name it. If I can do it for you, I will.
Yeah, of course.
You know, like I said, we just planned a friend's 50th birthday who was based in Germany. All she had to do was pick up the phone and say, I want to have my 50th birthday at home. She's married to a German guy. Everybody was on their phones, we planned the party.
Yeah.
That's it.
And
That's
she's
what
in
we
another
do.
country.
Yeah,
You got to
she's
plan
in
the
another
entire
country.
party.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, my brother just graduated and everybody's like, does he have a job? All my friends are like, send, give me a CV.
Yeah, make it happen.
Give me a CV. Let's make it happen. You cannot not have a job. You need a nanny? I'll call somebody. Everybody makes it their problem.
Yeah.
You know? Is your geyser leaking? Okay, I know somebody that fixes geysers. That's who we are. So everybody has got to experience that in their lives, especially if you've got African blood. You've got to experience Ubuntu. You've got to experience that Africanism, that which makes us African. So I hope I've answered your question.
Yeah, that was interesting. Hope if you're watching, you got it.
Yeah.
You know, in short, I mean, we know how we operate at home. If we don't know you from church, we don't know you from school, we don't work with you, we usually kind of stay, you know, separate and apart, and whatnot. But here, and that was one of the things that Tumi brought up when we opened up our store here back in 2015. And for those who don't know, we closed it in 2017. We had a 2-year run. It was great. The funny part about that, when we wanted to open our store, it was easy because when we started talking about it to people, people started saying, okay, let me call this person, let me call that person, and everything just came into order. So that's one of the reasons why you need to come here, and that's why when you're calling me or you're sending me a message and you're asking me, you know, like, what's the big deal with South Africa? It's because of what she just said and whatnot. So, and everyone needs to experience it as far as I am concerned.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to experience it.
Yeah, and things are happening here. You know, economically, there's a lot of business opportunities.
What was that again? A lot of business opportunities?
Yeah, there are a lot of business opportunities here as long as you are up for it and you can deliver, because that's very important. We have a government that's very supportive of entrepreneurs. If you have a skill that you would like to impart, if you want to do good and honest business, we're about that.
Yeah.
We have a very good legal system here. It's very, very solid. We have great infrastructures and banks, and this country works because we are all committed to making it great. And it is what it is because everybody is working towards a common goal.
Yeah, and like I said, we see it every day on a regular basis. You know, keep in mind we're still, we do feel like we're part of South Africa because we've been coming back and forth for years and finally decided to become expatriates or expats and moved here. And a lot of it was because it was very stable, a lot of opportunities, a lot to do. And to me, again, the biggest thing that I take away from South Africa is the people. The people are awesome. I mean, you've never seen people like this. It's like everybody's your cousin. Everybody's your cousin, and
We're all
everybody.
related.
No.
I'm like, oh, that's my sister.
Yeah. And so we take care of each other the best way we know how. And like I said, you want that. You want your if you're looking at some people are telling us they want to come after they retire. Okay, I agree. If you come here, you're gonna be taken care of better than you ever been taken care of before. If you're young and you're like, I just graduated from college, and I really want to do something, you come here, you'll be taken care of. It's just that simple. Just simply because, as Tumi says, you have African blood.
That's true.
Now, my other question is something you might can expound on. So we kind of ask most people, which, like, our company name is the Real South Africa.
Mm-hmm.
What is your Real South Africa?
Wow. This is home. South Africa is said to be the land of opportunities, and that is true. This country is fertile ground, as long as you're willing to work hard. Look at Trevor Noah. He's from Soweto.
I know it. Soweto's down the street.
Tell them about Soweto.
Soweto is on the come up,
actually.
Yeah.
Soweto's like, it's the hood. You just where everything happens. You find people dancing in the streets, there's somebody selling stuff on the side, and there's a Maserati parking right next to you, like a brother who's like just come home to see his mom, and he's probably like, a good, educated brother.
Yeah.
Everything happens in Soweto. You have to go to Soweto. Like, I don't care where you are. I don't care whether you're black or you're white or you're Indian or whatever you are. You have to go to Soweto. Everything happens there. Soweto is it's like a country in its own.
That's a good way to put it.
Yeah, it's a country. It's exciting. It's vibrant. There's Nelson Mandela's house down the road. There's Desmond Tutu there. There's everything there. They've got great shopping malls.
Yeah.
They have. They've got great restaurants. Yeah. They've got a wine bar. We've got some of the best wines in this country. In the world, actually, in the world. Sorry, in the world.
As we see.
Drinking chocolate block. you have to try this. You have to try this. So Soweto is.
As she takes a sip, because it is that good.
Sorry, yeah. Soweto is absolutely amazing. I've got friends today from Kenya, and went to go to a friend's house from Braai, and they texted me.
What's a braai?
A braai is a barbecue. Yeah, it's a barbecue. So they meant to go to a braai, a barbecue, but then they said, no, we're gonna go to Soweto instead. And I said, great choice, you can bungee jump in Soweto, and this is like a black neighborhood. It's like it's in the hood, It's a township. I don't know what you guys call it.
There's a couple million people there.
Yeah. And in Soweto there's even like a 4-star hotel. Everything is in Soweto. You can bungee jump in Soweto. There's cycle tours. There is a sangui. There's everything.
So go there.
There's everything there. There's beautiful rooftop restaurants. And then you'll probably be on somebody's mama's house. It's also fine.
And you just end up there, basically.
Everything goes there. And it's safe. The people are friendly. There's a lot of cultural activities, and there's also the sense of belonging. Nobody's a stranger in Soweto.
Yeah.
Actually, no one's a stranger in South Africa.
Nobody's a stranger here.
No one's a stranger here.
Yeah.
And that's kind of, we had the one lady that visited she was here for 48 hours. She came for a weekend.
Wow.
And she said she's never been a place where she came alone, And she's like, where can you go someplace where you've never been and leave with friends? She was like, I've got more friends and 48 hours. Because that's what South Africa is. It's that place that makes you, like, it gives you a big hug when you get here. And then when it's time to go, you're like, I don't really want to go.
Yeah. Oh, and we're big huggers here.
You are big huggers.
We are.
You are big huggers.
Come here. That's, yeah.
So you did say something. You said you ran into Chris Rock and you asked me about celebrities.
Oh, yes, something.
And all this.
Which is very interesting. So we run into a lot of celebrities here, African Americans.
Say that again.
We run a lot into African American celebrities here.
Yeah.
You know, I was sitting in a restaurant, minding my own business, and there was Chris Rock, and I went, Chris.
Like, you know, man.
Yeah. He was like, hi. I was like, stop. And I went to him, and I've got a picture on my phone, and I gave him a hug, and I asked him how long he's been here, and is he enjoying South Africa? He was like, yeah, and I'm gonna let him go, you know. But that's what happens here. So in our minds, we're thinking that's what happens. Like in the US, your celebrities walk around and you see them all the time, because that's our experience.
Yeah.
We see them all the time, and they're home, and they're comfortable, and Alicia Keys and her husband come here all the time. You know, like we see them all the time. We're like, do you live here now? You know, who else? A lot of them come here. And I really hope they send the message back, you know, about South Africa to say, I know that the media may portray us however they do, but you know, we spoke about that, how it makes us magnified. And otherwise people wouldn't be coming here. Otherwise the country wouldn't be working as well as it is.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's funny, I was in Cape Town and ran into Most Def, and believe it or not, we sat there and we talked for hours. And then we ended up, I think the club owner said, it's time for you guys to go. It was like 2 in the morning, I think.
It's 2 o'clock.
2 in the morning.
Do you guys get taste out of the club?
We did.
Yeah, it was what was his name again? Yeah, Most Def. Yeah. And I say that because he changed his name a couple times. But
he loves Cape Town.
Yeah, he loves Cape Town.
Yeah.
And so it was just interesting just to run into him, and we talked, and he was happy to see me, and I was happy to see him. Everybody, it's a different environment here. When you come here, the environment is completely different than what you're used to. And you know, even when you go on vacation at home, when you go to the Caribbean, places like that, you know, it's not as authentic. This is authentic. I mean, we're sitting here on a Sunday drinking wine, having a good time. I haven't seen it in a while.
We've already had our mimosas, don't worry.
Yeah. For those who know that we drink mimosas on Sunday and whatnot. So, like I said, it's very authentic. And like I said, we always like to, you know, bring you guys, you know, proper South Africans, so you can see for yourself that, you know, all the things that you may have heard and you've heard Tumi say, that, you know, for the most part, they're not true. And just come and just enjoy yourself. You got anything else you want to add to it?
Yes.
I knew it. You saw you drunk that wine. And then she started.
I'd love to say this. This is a place also for professionals.
Okay.
You know, this is a place for, we have a lot of multinational companies here.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't matter what you do, there is a place for you here. You know, we've got great hospitals. Whether you're a doctor, or you're a nurse, or you're an advocate, or you are a businessman, or you are a hardcore corporate person, we have multinational companies and, like I said, great banks. We have designer stores. If you're in fashion, we've got them. We've got Prada, Louis Vuitton. We've got the LMH group is here. It doesn't matter what you do. There is a place for you here. So, you know, I don't want people to be thinking, oh, I'm going to go to Africa. Everything is here.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't matter what line of business you're in. If you're a lawyer, if you're an accountant, if you are in marketing, we've got huge companies here that work. South Africa is a gateway through the whole of Africa.
It sounds like, and plus Africa has next, as far as I'm concerned. Everything is coming here. Everything you're trying to do.
Everything is here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Coming, but that was 5 years ago when I was coming back and forth.
Yeah.
But now the update is everything is here.
Everything is here.
Everything is here. I know a lot of people are going to be wondering, well, how did you get connected? And I would always say, again, the first thing you need to do is come here.
Yeah.
You got to visit. If you don't visit, eat the food.
Come for a visit.
Yeah.
The one thing that I will add, and this is with every South African that we are friends with, they're very honest when they say, whoever they know, you know. So if she knows 10 people that can help me do something, those 10 people are going to take care of me just simply because of her. And that continues to go on no matter how many South Africans you meet. So you will literally build a network of people that will take care of you without even trying hard. They want to take care of you, and that's something that we don't get to experience back in the States. They will only do what they're willing to do, what they want to do, up until it stops benefiting them. And here, it's just, like she said, she is because I am, and vice versa. So that's kind of how we live, and it feels good to know that you're a part of something that is bigger than anything that you could ever imagine.
And you guys just made friends now in Germany.
And we just made friends in Germany through a phone call. We made friends in Germany.
Absolutely. So when they get here to Joburg,
Yeah.
hang out,
Yeah.
come here and
Like it's done, and I promise you, they are gonna call you.
No, they are.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, she's very mad.
Yeah,
She's very mad back. I'm going to that festival.
Yeah, it's a must. It's a must. We have a South African in Germany, so yeah.
yeah, everywhere.
Yeah. So wherever there's a South African, you there.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's how it goes. You know.
Yeah, as you say, you're sorted.
Yeah. No, you sorted. I mean, I have a friend in Italy. He says to me, I was traveling with a friend. He says, "No, you can just come here."
Yeah.
I mean, she's a newlywed. They live in a one bedroom. I'm like, no.
Yeah.
No, you can. You know, and she's a white South African girl, but that's who we are, you know?
Yeah.
She goes, no, you honestly can. She says, my husband can sleep on the couch. I'm like,
Oh, jeez.
God.
You on the couch.
Yeah.
But that's a South African thing.
Be ready, that's really,
Take care of each other.
yeah.
I can appreciate that for sure.
Yeah.
So expound on the food here. Because people have been seeing our posts, if you're still there. People have been seeing our posts, I don't know if you've seen them, but the food
Yeah.
that we've been,
Yeah.
and it's just stuff that we run across all the
Yeah.
time. It's not like you go to one special place
Yeah.
and you get that one special
Yeah.
food. There's
Yeah.
food everywhere.
Okay, I'm so excited. Can I just gloat for 1 second?
Yeah, go ahead.
So, a Cape Town restaurant has just won best restaurant in the world. It was announced in Paris 3 weeks ago.
Okay.
What is that?
I'll say the bungalow.
I forgot. No.
Okay,
It
you
was
know the bungalow? Okay.
No, but it's not. That's not it.
Okay.
I forgot what it's called, but it's on Instagram. I'll send it to you. Maybe you can
Sure.
post it.
Okay.
Yeah. So this restaurant is apparently they only have 12 tables,
I know which one you're talking about. Go
I
ahead.
think
and a few of their tables are under a tree. Yeah. So they don't have umbrellas and stuff. They've got
Yeah.
trees outside, and they place the tables under a tree. And it was, they were nominated best restaurant in the world in Paris at the World Restaurant something. I'm not into food, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
But I was so tough. But I believe it because we have good food.
extremely good food.
We have good quality food. We've got great restaurants. We've got Michelin stars restaurants here. We've got great wine,
Yeah.
and it's affordable.
Very affordable.
You know, we eat out a lot because we can afford it,
Yeah.
and we don't eat shit.
Okay.
That's why when I travel,
Mm-hmm.
I sometimes get frustrated because I want the same quality, you know, everywhere in the world, whether I'm in Europe or wherever I'm traveling. I expect to get the same, and I don't.
Yeah.
I'm sorry to say it, but I don't. You know?
Yeah, you can.
If I do, I have to pay an arm and a leg for it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. By the way, I don't eat McDonald's.
Yeah.
We don't eat McDonald's.
Yeah,
We
we
eat
got-
McDonald's back in the States. so
Yeah, we got to the point when we get a little older, you kind of put the McDonald's away
Yeah,
and
no.
whatnot.
No fast food.
Yeah. So again, the restaurants are awesome. And if you come here, I know we've had a lot of people to say, is there anything else to do in South Africa? I mean, there is.
So much.
There is, and obviously you can't find it all on the internet. And things like that. Like Tumi was saying, you go to Soweto or Soweto, however you want to say it, and you get there. None of that's on the internet. I mean, you're going to go there and you're going to run into, a party might be people with coolers. You know what I'm talking about? Walking around with a whole bunch of braai, which is barbecue, and some music, and the party's jumping off, and you're like, and it's 2 a.m. You're like, I'm still out, and it's a good time.
Yeah, you know what my doctor once said to me? I'm a little hypochondriac. He said to me, "Do not Google anything, because then you are setting yourself up for like a heart attack." Because once you go to Google and you're looking for symptoms, you're like, "I've got that.
I've got it.
I've
got it.
Don't Google." So it's like traveling as well. It's like coming here.
Yeah.
Don't go to the internet. Come here.
Yeah.
You have to experience it for yourself. You've got to see things for yourself. I mean, there are places that Google hasn't been to, I'm sure, that are really amazing. Or things that they don't say.
Yeah.
So don't Google. Just travel. Come here.
Yeah. As I say, travel well.
Yeah.
Travel very well.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's about all I have. I just wanted people to get it straight from someone who's from here, who's from South Africa. I know they see a lot from us. We're excited. We're always going to be excited. I don't think it's ever going to go away as far as what we are been able to do, places where we're going to go. We're probably looking at another rooftop venue that we're going to go to. There's always a rooftop venue.
Yeah. There's lots.
There's always rooftop. How about that place called the Beach? We haven't been there.
The Beach, I haven't been, but I hear it's amazing. Everybody raves about it.
Yeah. So
they're not open all the time.
It was like Thursday, Friday, Saturday. I think it might.
I think they're open tonight.
Yeah. But we have to do it before the weather changes.
Yeah,
sure. It's trying to change now.
Yeah. And then another thing about here, obviously, the only thing you have to do, and it's not most African countries, but South Africa is gracious enough to allow African Americans or Americans to come in on a tourist visa. And you're probably wondering, well, how do I get a tourist visa? Oh, I can't go. Actually, you can. So once you come with your American passport, as long as it's valid, you have a place to put a little stamp. You get through customs, they will stamp it right there on the spot, and it doesn't cost you anything else. I know in some countries you got to pay additional funds when you get there, or get it before you leave. But South Africa is set up to where you can just come, get it at customs, and you can stay a total of 90 days on that visa. You didn't know that?
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I was living off of that for a minute. I was like,
Wow.
I ain't never leaving.
We on day 87. We like, we gotta go back home.
Yeah. And another good thing too, there's no shot requirements to come down here. We don't fall in the yellow fever zone, so you don't need to get a yellow fever shot unless you just like getting a yellow fever shot.
Or stabbed with the needle for no reason.
So you don't need that. So get your passport lined up. If you don't have it, go to the statedepartment.com or something to that effect. Get your passport. Once you get it issued, then just go ahead and give us a call. We'll get you sorted, get you down here. You might mess around and run into this one here in the street somewhere, or with a wine glass in your hand. Or you might find it right here with us and so forth. Yeah. It's all good. You got anything, Tasha?
No, I'm chilling right now.
Okay. Well, we're gonna let you go, but we appreciate you guys, especially everyone who sends us their email address with the information, and those who have already requested trips and those who have already booked to come on trips. We really appreciate you. Also, those who are circling the thing, thinking about, well, should I? I would make this your priority. I wouldn't make this my next year trip. I would make this my this year 2019 trips. And then we also too, if you go to our website, therealsouthafrica.com, you'll see it somewhere floating around. We have a new pricing schedule, so it's more friendly for you if you're coming as a single person. That's great because we got single people here. There's single people here, right?
Lots of them.
Okay. And then
too many.
Okay. And then we have, obviously if you want to come as a couple, and also too, we got people coming as groups. I mean, groups as high as 20. If you want to come as a group, 4 or 5, get your friends, come here and so forth. We can get you sorted out. And the way we do things on our side, we got resources where you're not looking for Uber, you're not looking for a place to stay. We got all that taken care of for you. Everything you're going to do is going to be 5-star. We go to the best restaurants. You're staying at the African Pride in Melrose Arch. You heard of it?
It's beautiful. It's one of my favorites. I love it.
Yeah, I mean, we could go somewhere a little bit cheaper, but I think with the price and what we're trying to do, we want people to actually enjoy South Africa.
It's proper African luxury, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Thank you for saying that. It is. Yeah, I think it is. It's the African Pride. I think it's one of the autograph collections now. They changed it, but it's fabulous. And if you go to our YouTube page, you will see I did a video there as well. And then some of the restaurants we're going to, which is like I'm gonna make her mouth water. The Grill House at Rosebank. Have you been?
I've been here many times.
It's
Very good.
Yeah, it's proper. It's a proper steakhouse. And then another place we're going to, just as a preview, we're going to go to Signatures in Morningside. Yeah, I didn't even look back. Yeah, Signatures in Morningside. So you got to do that. Am I right?
It's amazing.
Yeah. And then of course we're going to do a private safari. You want to definitely do that. I mean, you can go to Kruger and you hear about it. But the thing is that we found with Kruger is that you can go out there for 3 days and might not see anything. Because it's huge.
Do you do the line parks?
Yeah.
We do the line park.
Do you cuddle the little?
We do cuddle the
Little cubs.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not little.
They're not little, but they're so
They're
sweet.
so sweet.
They're like sleepy all the time.
Yeah, so you can cuddle the little baby
you
lions.
get
It's
to
my
cuddle
favorite.
it.
I go there when I want to calm
Yeah.
Whoa.
stuff. Yeah.
So
It's
just
not
learn
just a
something new.
drive. It's literally like 20 minutes drive from my house, and I go there on like a Sunday or Saturday, and I cut the little, I pick the little cups, and I play with them, and I go home. It's so, for me, I find it very relaxing. So it's one of the things that you have to do it.
Yeah, so that's one of the things we do. We go to Lion Park. We go to a private game reserve, Pielingsburg. Pielingsburg up near Sun City. We do that. And like I said, I'm skipping a whole bunch of things, but while you're here, you're going to do all these things. So when you get back on the plane, you'll be like, you know what? I don't want to go home, and whatnot. So that's all I have. So I'll talk to you later. I'm going to go ahead and end this transmission. But if you can, forward it to your friends. Tell your friends about it. Tell everybody what we're doing here. And yeah, we do live here in South Africa at this point.